This is what it looks like.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Are you okay? In your neck of
When we dry them up, too cool. Now go too deep, you know. Yeah, you have to watch Joe, you know. Our troops, see there? Apple cider vinegar and our troops. Come up right, make them get saturated in the gravy and all of that. This is what it looks like.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Are you okay? In your neck of
When we dry them up, too cool. Now go too deep, you know. Yeah, you have to watch Joe, you know. Our troops, see there? Apple cider vinegar and our troops. Come up right, make them get saturated in the gravy and all of that. Jammas, day number 9. On today's episode of the Jamaican cooking journey, I'll be sharing with you a breadfruit and meat pie. Breadfruit and meat pie. So let me show you how it goes. Right on over here, I have some breadfruit that I have already cooked, just like how you'd have cooked your potatoes, and they're soft in the hot water, soft to the touch, just like how you'd have done potatoes. Now you need to use a breadfruit that is like really fit. You can't use a young breadfruit, you know, or the breadfruit that is not so fit. You want to use this one that is almost like, you know, fully like something can roast. Let me say that something that you would roast. Okay, now I have inside here some minced meat. Okay, I have the one with a little fat in there. So this would be totally up to you what you want to do. You want to use the one that is like 100% ground, no fat. That's up to you. Do your thing. Okay, we're going to get our flame up right here. And we're going to be starting to be cooking our meat. Actually, what I'm doing is like something more like a shepherd's pie. I am using breadfruit and some. I'm going to put a twist to this. Shepherd's pie, I will not call it. Shepherd's pie is not a Jamaican dish. And in fact, I opted to come along with this dish because of a live that we did recently. And when you watch this video, you will remember if you were on the live or if you had watched the replay. We were discussing different dishes and dishes that I've done or if I've ever done, people were asking. And that is why I like to have cooking talks, because it encourages you, it gives you ideas, family. Some people don't like to see me sitting on the cooking journey and talking, but it will be happening, and it will be happening more, because this is where, this is how you explore, you go out. And that is why other people with other cuisine, they keep going and spreading out more than we Jamaicans with our cuisine, because we love to talk about when did Jamaica have it, Jamaica, yeah. Jamaica, yeah. Let's make Jamaica bigger and better with our cuisine, because people are take with a dish and I take it and I spread it. Okay, so now I'm making a breadfruit and a meat pie. Now you could use minced pork. I wouldn't say mutton. I don't know how much of a, or you could just mix your minced mutton or minced lamb with something else. I don't know. But if I had the opportunity, or if I had the time, I would go get some minced pork to mix with this. Minced pork and this would be beautiful. But we are working with what we have. So what I'll be doing, I'll be very much here getting my meat, because you want to get this meat, you don't want to get it clumped. Remember, mince is something that as you start cooking it, it starts clump. As the heat catches, it starts to clump. So we're gonna deal with it on this level here. I was looking for my pot holder. So you don't want to get it too high, you want to get it medium. So this is how I'm starting off mine. I'm starting it off just like this. Got elbow grease. You don't want to get no time for clump. And I'm going to be pretty well doing that until we get it all fine. And then I'll return to you. So family, I put it in there with no oil. Yeah, and I pounded this up. I'm pounding it up. So you want to have it. You don't want to have it clump, as I said before, because this is how mince is. If you don't know what you're doing, it will just get clump up, and when it starts clump, before it starts cooking, it is the hardest thing for you to. So you don't want the thing, you just want it refined and nice. So they have that pounder thing that you could use too, you know. So I'm using this wooden spoon because I don't want the knives on the end. You know, some people, they really can't take the metal spoon against the Dutch pot here or whatever. So you want to pound it like this, you know. Yeah, so this is how it, when you get it like this, it's easier to work with. So I'm going to get my flame up right now, and I'm going to get my regular spoon, which is, I don't know, so let me get it and return. So I have up my flame, and there is a little juice. I don't call this grease in a family, I call this juice down in the bottom there, because this thing must keep moist. I don't call that grease, but everybody do them thing different. I'm going to be putting about 2 of this in there, because this thing are about 2.5. This thing has to cook and come with a soupy, nice, moist consistency. Really nice. So that's what I'm doing, and my flame is up right there. No salt, no nothing. Okay, flame is up right there, and I'm just moving around my thing. Now this is the perfect time for me to add all my chopped seasonings. And what I have here are some scallions and green scallions and onions. So I'm just going to put that in right now. And also I can put in my thyme right here. Remember, no salt for now. And as I get further into the video, I'll tell you why I'm not using any salt. And because of the stuff that I'm using. Okay, so you don't want to get sprigs of thyme in this either. You want to try as best to get some just thyme leaves if you have fresh rosemary, but try to give the rosemary leaves a chop, you know. Okay, so as soon as you put this in on the higher flame, you just go right through and let it start cooking. You're not going to cover this, so you're going to cook it. Come along to just do this, you see. Yeah, that's what we are working on. Yeah, and you continue to pound, to do that pounding as you go along. It will not clump easily like this now, because you have already do a lot of pounding. But as you come along, you just give it that pound. And when you start cooking it, this is how you want it, fine and scattered. You don't want it to become a clump. Okay, I'll catch you in the next clip. Okay, so our little oil and juices have receded, and we can just turn our flame right down now. Now, I tell you, mince is something that I like properly well flavored. And for a pie, meat pie, I would think your meat, whatever meat, it's supposed to be properly flavored. Okay, so now you see it, when you pound it, you see how nice it looks, how beautiful it looks. Right, now get our flame down. Now flavoring up your mince meat or whatever meat you're going to use for this pie, it is totally dependent on you. So I have some oregano leaves, and I'm going to put a little dried, and it smells really beautiful. Yeah, I've got here some Italian seasons, and family, just use what you want to use you, do you, and don't say what I do and what it is. Just do you. This is the Sauce Boss's dry jerk. Okay, we will leave the link or the number for you to get on to her. This is so beautiful, and I honestly, so you see, I've used 3 herbs so far. I'm putting some of this in there. Oh yes I am. Oh yes I am. Now those are all the dried herbs that I use, so we want to get them all mixed in. Yeah, doing a little pounding as you go along. You can get a little gentle now, you know, because you see we have them all nice and all of that and all them something. When you pound it fine like that, let me tell you something, it stretches more, can even give you a bigger pie. Next clip. So you saw me, I did my dried herbs flavoring. You saw that. So look at me now. Look at me here. You saw me did some green seasoning. Okay? The scallion and the onions are green herbs. The thyme. You saw me did that. Now, you saw me did dry herbs. Now I'm going to be using some liquid. So I have this nice little teriyaki here. I'm gonna put about. It is a marinade and it also is a nice little sauce. We've got here some of this little thing. So we want to give this a nice pretty color. I will not put too much at one time, because if anything we can come back and add a little. If you were following from the very start of the video, you would realize I did not add salt, because these, they have a little salt in them. And you know, we don't want too much salt business, you know. So we have got here some red cooking wine. Now red wine goes nice with beef. So let's put a little bit up. It's the holiday season. And I love that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to come back and we're going to pound in a bit, get your flame back up. And you notice we're getting that nice little pretty brown color. And I love that. Yeah. Beautiful. Woo. Dad. This is your sense of smelling working, Dad? Wow. You see we get that brown, nice like a brown color there. And I love that. Yeah. Let's get it up a little more. Now that is in there, we're going to turn our flame down. Remember, we do cooking flame up, flame down, medium, low. Yeah, that's how we cook to get successful meals. Look at that. Got that nice little brown flavor. Now, I have right on over here. Remember, I told you, do you, family. Honestly, me just want to do uno and be on yourself. I've got here some, let me show you what I have here. I have some cock flavored soup mix. Like chicken noodle, so I'll get my flame up and I'll add that. I'm not going to get the noodles in there, so I'm going to spoon off some of this liquid. Yeah. Get my flame in there and I'll add that. Let's go. I hope you're paying close attention to this thing. And I'll add that. Now, I have got here some stewed tomatoes. A tin of stewed tomatoes. So, you know what I'll be doing? I'll be putting about a half or a little less than a half. You could use ketchup. You could use your, I think I use a little bit, like I would say about a half. You could use ketchup. You could use that thing there, tomato paste. You could do anything you want to do. Do you. Now we're going to add some carrots in. We have tin corn and tin green beans, but those are already cooked. So we're not going to add them in right now. And now like that. Get your thing all souped up. Make sure your flame is up, not fully on high. And I like that. Let us look at this. We can do a little more of this nice little thing here. Getting it a little darker in color. And I like that. Okay. Now that's the lot for right now. So you wanna mix your thing around. You're gonna give this a nice stew down thing. Make it come up with a nice like a soupy look. Now also that you have used your stewed tomatoes, we're not using a ketchup and sitting. We're gonna use a tablespoon of brown sugar to combat the tomato. You know some of them sometimes them sour. Like a cry. You know that's something when we used to go to school, cry baby sitting. Yeah. So you want this thing must be soupy. So now that you get this all mixed, you want to turn your flame down to medium. Right here, whatever spices that you use to flavor up, it is up to you. Taste and see if there's a beautiful flavor. On the medium, coming along occasionally, stirring it around. And now, look here, you can put the pounder now, you know. And then you can start stirring around and all of that. This is what you look like. You're going to wait until these carrots are cooked and that we have that nice gelled soup look. And me I go come back to you now. My son, come, shoot them up, Dad. Beautiful. Now, we have turned our flame down. And I'm adding some bell peppers at this point. And I'm going to get it down even lower. Let us stir it in and leave it to just cook down. Now, you see how this thing... If you have... I hope you watch this video from start to finish cooking, family. The small amount of minced beef that we started this video with, and look at the end product of the amount that we will get. Spend some time and pound your mince as I showed you. So I've stirred in, and you can use your different color bell peppers for flavoring, and you could even go a little more than me too, because guess what, I never have no more. So we want this liquid to come down, so we'll get the flame up. And we are going to leave it there to let it come down a little more. We don't want it totally dry because we're going to put it in the oven to bake. And you know the oven where it do. You just make sure so the thing then dry out. you know. So this is how it looks. You want to have it that soup, but you want to have it a little more gel and all of that. So hi, hello, how do you do? By this, by then, right here now and then, you should have tasted for your flavor and all of that. So let me taste it for me. I did not though. But look here. Me could have almost not taste. No salt is added. None. Next clip. So you see? So, the perfect time to add some additional little stuff. And this is the perfect way to get in some of your green beans. Not all the tin. That some people really. These are like some shredded. And it smells really nice even though it's canned. And some corn. And you put this according to the amount of mincemeat that you have. Okay, I'm going to turn it off because these thinners, they are cooked. And I'm going to leave it to cool down. Because you know, I want to put it in a pie dish. Hot and flaky. Hot and, I mean real hot. And all of that. So, remove it from this flame. Let it stay there. And let it cool down for a pretty good half an hour. Now in the next clip, you'll see me now preparing that breadfruit spread. So I'll catch you back in the next clip. Okay, now we're on to this other part. And my breadfruit has been drained. I did cook them with a little salt. I will not be adding the salt at the end, okay? So I did cook them with a little salt. And as you can see, I am mashing them. And the very look of it tells you that I will not need egg in this. The breadfruit has a different type of texture from other stuff. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to be mashing this. I'm going to add in, this is a freshly squeezed coconut milk. So I'll be adding about 2 or 3 tablespoons. Also, I'll be adding some of this. And I'll be adding about, it looks like about a half a cup. So let us mix this in and see how it goes. We're gonna mix. You see this? You don't need an egg. Wow, this smells beautiful. I'm gonna use the rest of my milk, and this was like just less than half a cup. And I'm gonna use my L mixer, and I'm gonna do it on also now this has cooled down a bit, not particularly like properly cool, but I think we can work. So you want a little moisture. You see what I'm saying? You want a little moisture. And you see, I don't have a lot of like oily, extra oiliness. We don't need to grease this container. I thought we would though, but you don't have to. So I am just making the layer of meat. And as you know, something like shepherd's pie, but you know, say breadfruit and meat pie for me. And look at that in there. I'm going to finish getting it through. Layer this and come back to you. So I have used almost all of my mixture. And I'm just laying it. And I would say I might do it like half and half after that. So I have my ice cream thing. And you see how the breadfruit sitting look. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make my puffs like this. Remember, family, right here, you do you. Do you. Be creative. Do your own sin thing. You know? Yeah. We're going to finish this and return. So, I'm using my fork to pick it out a bit and to make it have the little, yeah, the rough look there at the top. And I like that. Yeah. So, come. Okay, family, you all know this, but I'm a newbie to this. I never used this too tough yet, so I'm putting a little of this Old Bay. I don't know, can tell me how it go. Yeah, my girlfriend sent me this. We got girlfriend putting a little Old Bay, And if you have paprika, you could have put your paprika. Do you, family? Do you where you want to do? Now this is some Velveeta cheese. And you know the cheese, yeah? It's spread. And the feet on a sitting. My oven is preheated there. And you preheat it at 380 Fahrenheit or about 190 to 200 Celsius. Yeah, that's the temperature. So we're gonna put it right in now. And when you see us in the next clip, this thing is supposed to ready. Next clip. So family, this is our finished breadfruit and meat pie. It has just been taken from the oven. You can see we had our little cheese getting all and all of that. It is there and it has to be cooled down properly. So we're gonna give it about 45 minutes. This thing is really thick and all of that. So when it is properly cooled, well, and to where we can take out a piece, we'll come right back. This is how it looks. And this is Jammas day number 9. Next clip. So we are going to try to take out some of our pie, not fully cooled, but this is what it looks like. Not looking bad. Not looking bad at all. Okay?